I ain't gonna lie, I low-key ate this. Hey beauties, it's me, Lydia Marie. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I mainly do beauty content for women over 40, but all are welcome. Today, you guys, we are just doing a makeup and chit chat video and creating this very pretty, very sultry looking makeup look. I'm just shopping my stash. This is the last shop my stash video of the season. I'm using some makeup that I haven't reached for a lot. I'm using some makeup that I've absolutely been loving this year. And we're just talking about some goals for the new year, some lessons that I've learned from this year. So if you would like to see how I got this look, I hope that you will keep watching. Grab a snack, grab something to drink, or even grab your makeup brushes and follow along. We're just kicking back, having some makeup talk, having some live chat, and we're creating a beautiful and lovely look. So if you would like to see that, I hope that you would keep watching. As I said, if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss a thing. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm in my cozy girl era. So I got my little satin robe on, my little kimono, which I love. So we're just gonna kick back. This is a very easygoing, kind of like the end of the year feel type of video. If you want to join along, grab your tools. I'm just using some makeup in my stash. I'm shopping my stash. This is nothing new, but it's some products in here that I want to finish out, like my Too Faced. So we're going to be using a Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I am going to underpaint, which means I'm going to be doing the contour concealer first and then using the foundation. So we're just kicking back. It'll be some background music in between makeup steps and maybe a little chit chat. My voice is nasally because I'm congested for some reason, but we're just going to kick back and vibe with me. It's the end of the year. It's an easeful moment. We're just having some fun. So grab your tools, grab a little drinky drink, some coffee or tea, or a little wine if that's what you like, and just vibe out with me. Let's go. My skin is primed with my skincare that I applied about an hour ago. I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Lumi Glotion underneath. And this is in the shade 904. This is just going to serve as a nice little glowy base because we are putting on the makeup today. So it's going to serve as just a nice little glowy base. We've experienced quite a lot of growth over here on my YouTube channel, and before we get too deep into it, I just want to say thank you to everyone who continues to support. Thank you to the people who show me love in every video. Thank you to my new subscribers. We have grown. I got my YouTube analytics for the year, and it said I had 688 new subscribers this year. In 2024, last year, I barely had 1,000. I was trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, I think, this time last year. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who tunes in. I'm really focused on building my YouTube community next year. That's what I really want to do. And I said something similar in my live last night, that I really want to focus on building my YouTube community here because I really enjoy making content for this channel. So thank you to everyone for your continued support. Okay, so we're starting the underpainting process. On the perimeter with my concealer, I used the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. This is in the shade P4. This is one that I haven't reached for nearly as much as I thought I would. I'm going to give it a real shot. I said I wanted to empty this one. It was something that I was like, I like it, but I actually want to give it an actual chance to see if when I used it, it was kind of glitchy. So since we're doing this technique, I'm going to use that one. Then I used a brighter concealer in the middle. That is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer in the shade 11. I love this concealer so much. And then I'm using up the rest of my Fenty Matchsticks in the shade Truffle. It's a little bit cool tone. And then I'm going to go in with some of the e.l.f. liquid blush in the shade Coming in Pink. And we're going to start that as our blush because I have a Danessa Myricks blush picked out. And now's the fun part where we kick back and we blend. And I wanted to mention, I think somebody asked me on TikTok, when you blend this out, you want to start from darkest to lightest. So I'm going to start blending out the bronzer contour first, then the blush, then the concealer. So I'm gonna blend out the blush. Oh my God, I cannot talk. I think I've been just really sleepy, not so much tired, but more sleepy this week. And yesterday was like the winter solstice, so it was like the winter season is officially ushered in. And I was just like, yo, I could sleep all weekend. I don't really have any downtime. Normally I like to take the end of the year off. Do you guys do that? If you can, like, take the last 2 weeks of the year off. That's my goal for next year, and still be getting paid. That's the major key. Still be getting paid while taking next year off, the last 2 months of the year, because I really just like to lean into the hibernation portion of the program. Like, I like to really get into winter and just, you know, zone out. And I know that's a privilege, and I've had it before and I want it again. So I'm hoping that my job situation will vastly improve, meaning I will be employed full-time with benefits, you know, at a flexible position in the new year, because yeah, I miss my benefits. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I got a little scared. That Natasha Denona had me looking like a cat in a hat. You remember the cat in a hat from Dr. Seuss, where it was like the brightness, but low-key I like it eats down with this technique. But yeah, like I was saying, I really want to focus my YouTube on growing community over here. And when I do my intro to my videos, if you've noticed, if you're a returning viewer, I say that I mainly do beauty content for women over 40, but everybody is welcome, and that is absolutely true. I just know that in my demographic as a black woman over 40 who watches YouTube, we're often looking for creators who look like we do. It's very hard to have the YouTube algorithm just pop up black creators over 40. You have to scroll through pages and pages. So by saying that, I want to make sure that the YouTube is catching up to showcasing my page to beauty lovers over 40, but everybody is welcome. I don't mind it at all. This blended out very, very nicely. I'm going to give my face a nice spritz with my e.l.f. Dew Power Grip Dew Setting Spray, and then we're going to let that dry down for about 30 seconds and move on to foundation. Alright, so I have 2 pumps of the Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to shear this out and really press it into the brush and into the brush using my hand before I apply it on my face. And this is going to give you more control over the application, FYI. I'm curious to know, do you guys do New Year's resolutions? I don't think I've done a New Year's resolution in a really long time, because I always felt bad at the end of the year when I did not achieve what I wrote down. And I realized about, I don't know, I think during the pandemic, during 2020, when I was like, New Year's resolutions don't really work for me. I need like quarterly goals, a monthly goal, something that I can really shoot for and not feel bad if I don't achieve it. And you shouldn't feel bad either way, right? But it was just like, I felt bad, so I don't do those anymore. But what I am a huge advocate for is writing things down, especially your dreams, and keeping them close to you. Like, I know the internet culture is to announce every move at every waking minute, but I don't feel like you have to do that, especially if you're someone who is a creative, or you want to achieve certain things, or just you want to see your life in a way that you can only envision. I feel like writing it down makes it more powerful. And I'll give you an example. When I got laid off in 2021, the first time during the pandemic, I hated that job, by the way, and it was like a relief to get laid off, which is terrible to say, but it was a relief. It was very stressful. The environment was very dude bro, you know what I'm talking about, kind of environment. And it was very stressful. But look at how that foundation just blended out beautifully. Okay, let's continue. So I wrote in my journal one day when I was at home, and I listened to a podcast that gave me this idea, a different way to look at journaling. And she said to give your life some GPS, because you can manifest all you want, And manifestation is a great tool, but if you're not putting action behind it, it's like the act of delusion. Like the girlies are saying, Delulu is the Salulu, acting as if you're already that or in that space or in that room. And so after I listened to that podcast, I sat down, to journal one morning, and I was like, you know what, my life looks like this, and I wrote it out. So after I got laid off, I started leaning more into my creativity work, more blogging, more Instagramming, really just focusing on being a content creator. And one day I was sending an invoice for some work I had done, like getting paid for my work. And I happened to come across that journal entry where it was like, on Mondays, you're going to have your admin day where you're sitting down, answering emails, sending out invoices to get paid for your work. And I was doing that, and it blew my mind. So since then, I've really been leaning into the theory of giving your life GPS, moving as if you are already in that space. Because it is some science behind it that your brain doesn't know the difference. You know how you see people like, oh, who he think he is? He's telling himself that you are greater than what you are right now in this moment, but you know that you're going to get there. So that's kind of how I've been operating in lieu of resolutions, and being flexible with my blessings not coming in the ways that I think they should look, but they're coming in different ways. And I've experienced that a few times this year, just my mind being blown. So I'm looking forward to more of that in 2025. Let's do some eyeshadow. In an effort to not make this video a million minutes long, I'm going to be starting with my Anastasia, my very well loved Anastasia Mini Glam Palette, or Soft Glam Palette. And I'm going to take this brown shade. Actually, I'm going to take this pink shade here, and I'm going to use that as my transition color and just start to lay that all over my lid. So yeah, I'm looking forward to my creative work in 2025. I had some successes this year, which took me by surprise, but I shouldn't be surprised because it's what I've been praying and working for this year alone, specifically in the latter part of the year, getting paid for 3 pieces of content, getting paid for my content. What you would call brand deals or brand collaborations that paid, which is a great thing. That's been amazing. It's really just, it allowed me to see that it's possible for me, which I love. I thought that was great. I'm going to use some colors from my Danessa Myricks Lightwork 6 palette. I bought this during the Sephora sale. I really do enjoy this palette. I'm not sure where I want to go with it. I haven't really dipped much into the purpley shades. Over here, this looks purple, but it's almost like when I'm looking at it, it almost looks blue. So let's just do a little bit of that purple looking shade. And I have a very small shader brush. I'm just going to take some of this in the inner corner and kind of start seeing where this goes. But even though I knew I was getting laid off this year, like we had noticed that it was ending, it was still an ending. I'll just say that. And I am looking forward, though, I love working on my own. I do. But I also love stability. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I like the way this eyeshadow looks in the corner of my eye, though. Yeah. So, new beginnings. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills dual-sided brush. And that's just enough, I think, of that purple. That may just be the nice pop of color that we need. We'll see. Let's see what else. I'm going to take the fluffier side of this brush, oh my gosh, and just blend this purple out a little softer. But yeah, even though I knew the layoff was coming, it was still like, what do you want to do next? You know what I'm saying? And I am looking forward to being in a position that I don't necessarily need to rely fully on a corporate position. That's my goal and my dream. Also, this year is the year I'm working on being monetized on YouTube. I like YouTube, and I would very much like to earn an income from it. So that's a goal too that I have with this channel, is to do that. I'm not making content specifically in mind to monetize, but I want my work to pay off. You feel me? So my content is not going to be like super viral and all that. I still want to stay tried and true to myself, but one of my goals is definitely to be monetized. I'm going to use this color in the corner of my eye just a little bit to kind of bring those two together and add a little depth and dimension right here. With Danessa's palettes and this shimmery, you don't want to use a big fluffy brush. I was about to go ham and that was the wrong brush. I don't want this look to be crazy. I want it to just still be cute and calm. So we're just going to do that. But yeah, I'm not a resolutions girl. I am a write it down and act as though it's already mine type of girl. And that's what's been doing it for me this last, you know, if you are someone who even reads the Bible, one of my favorite verses is to write the vision and make it plain. And in that verse it goes on to say, I'm paraphrasing, but you may not see it now, but you write it down, you put it in your heart, you put it out there, and you work towards it, and eventually it will come to fruition. So that's something that I keep with me all the time. I think we're gonna leave the eyes there because I don't want to do too much. I think this is very pretty. I'm gonna blend it though, faux show, and then do a little eyeliner on my bottom line, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of the face because this video is getting too long. I'm gonna use this LYS Lash Confidence mascara. I low-key forgot I had this, and then yesterday I was binging YouTube videos from other creators, and I saw a creator called It's Crystal. Her name is It's Crystal, and she was like, this is one of her favorites, and I was like, I think I got that mascara. So I don't think I've used it, but I got it at Sephora during the Sephora convention. That was also a highlight of my year. Going to Sephora, oh, I got to meet Danessa Myricks. I got to meet one of my homegirls that I've been following. We've been following each other as creatives for a while. I got to meet her and just really connect with so many brands that I love. LYS, Brown Girl Jane, Makeup by Mario, Urban Decay. I just had a great time. That was definitely a highlight of my year, and I will be looking out for it for 2025 to see where it is next. I want to use the Danessa Myricks blush, so let's move on to the rest of the face. I'm going to set my under eye with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I've been liking using a pressed powder under my eye, but of course I'm not going to use that much. I'm going to take this, and again I'm going to mesh it in to the puff really, really well. And then I'm going to look down, tilt my head down, but look straight ahead. And a good trick to do so your under eye doesn't crease really badly, especially if you're a little bit older like me, is when you're looking down, start blending at the bottom so the majority of the powder will go here versus right under there. And then I use the rest to get right underneath where that concealer is. And because I have on such high full coverage concealer, see what I'm saying, the brightness and what it did, I love that powder so much. That powder is still one of the best. So with that little method, I won't have nearly as much creasing and separating with my concealer. Plus I let my concealer dry down long enough so it was able to blend in. We're just going to do the same with the other eye. Taking my Fenty Island Ting bronzer, and I'm just going to go over the rest of my contour and just kind of buff that in. Very light, but this look is turning out to be a little bit more glam, and I ain't mad at it. To be honest, I'm not mad. Let's do a little bit of the boopity boop here, and this time I'm gonna make sure it's blended. The last time I did this on video and I went back and watched that video, I was mortified because I could prominently see that bronzer, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't blend the bridge of my nose. Mortified, but I got it now. It's all good. And of course I'm going to finish off the rest of my face with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. Y'all know how I do. Just set the rest of the face, and then we're going to do blush. Using the Danessa Myricks shade Dancing Queen. This is so beautiful. And I'm using the Sephora Pro Collection blush brush in the number 93. Another thing I've been doing self-care wise, if you want to call it self-care, I'm just going to take it off because y'all know this blush is super pigmented. Take a lot of that off or shear it out on my hand. Is watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta from the beginning, and I'm on season 8, the season with Kim Fields, and the season where Kenya Moore really showed her whole behind. Like, why was she so mean? She was mean to every single new cast member, especially if they had a man. Ooh, I was like, Kenya, she's such a pretty girl, but jealousy on her. She was like mean and jealous. Like, it was weird. But I've been having a wang dang doodle over time watching that, honey, because Real Housewives of Atlanta used to be elite TV, okay? Like, elite. So I've been having a good time rewatching it before the new season starts. It was some moments. It was some moments. But you can't convince me that Nene Leakes is not the queen of reality. Like, she made Bravo what it is. Yeah. Going in with a lip pencil. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH lip pencil in the shade Chai. It's just a nice mauve neutral brown. These pencils are fantastic. Easily one of the best purchases I got during the sale season. But yeah, for the new year, especially for the first quarter, there's going to be a lot of shopping my stash over here. I like to call the series We Got Makeup at the House, because I truly do not need anything. I've been watching the trends and all of what's coming up, and I feel like I can wait till sale season to pick up some of the newer things. It's nothing like new or innovative, but of course Danessa hasn't said nothing yet, because you know when Danessa speaks, I listen, period. But this is the NYX lipstick in the shade Free Spirit. It's a NYX Suede Velvet lipstick. I haven't used that in quite some time. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this Morphe gloss in the middle in the shade Unbothered. This has been sitting on my vanity. I've been reaching for it a lot. I really like it. Voila. But yes, I'd like some feedback from my audience. I'm always listening. I'm always open to suggestions. Is there something in particular that you guys want to see? Do you like to shop my stashes? More tutorials, product hauls? I know you guys really like my monthly favorites, and I love that too. And also my empty videos, which I want to do, hence me shopping my stash. Oh, before I spray my face down, I wanted to give me a little zhuzh underneath with this Danessa palette. I want to do a little bit of something underneath my waterline. So maybe this dark purple. A little bit of that. And we're just going to use that. But you guys let me know what it is. Ooh, yes. Yes, let me know what it is you guys like and want to see. It has to align with my channel already. Like I said, I'm not looking to go viral or anything. I just want to be an evergreen content creator on YouTube where people can come and find the information that they need and still have a good time. Like, it's not all super serious over here. Y'all know that because I make mistakes all the time. So it's not super serious, but you guys let me know. I'm always interested in feedback from the audience. Okay, beauties, this is the final look. I like how this turned out. Thank you so much for chilling with me, listen to me chit chat. I hope you got some inspiration from the video and watching me shop my stash while I created this very more glam than I expected, but quite lovely look. Let me make sure everything is blended, child, because if I go back and watch this video and I got some harsh lines somewhere, I'm gonna be heated. No Beyonce. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you made it this far in the video, please go ahead and give me a nice thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that I'm out here doing my thing. If you haven't already, consider hitting the subscribe button and joining the beauty fam. We would love to have you. I'm wishing you all a nice, safe, healthy, happy holiday season. I will likely be back with a long form video closer to New Year's. I think I want to do a New Year's Eve look. I actually have plans for New Year's Eve this year. What? So I'm probably going to do a look for that, but I have plenty of content on here for you to binge if you're chilling at home, so feel free to take a look through the playlist. But I will see y'all back here for my next video real soon. Happy holidays.